Good evening and welcome to Virtuosi at Check the Gate. Tonight I am hosting classical accordion player Ksenija Sidorova. I first heard Ksenija in Vienna at the Musikverein and I was amazed by her talent, virtuosity and beauty. Good evening, Ksenija.
Hi, Tim. Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I was so mesmerized by your beauty. I'm sitting here like this and watching you, and I forgot to press the button. Nice to see you.
Well, you're on, my darling. How are you?
Oh, great. Absolutely great. Loving this whole live thing. It's so new to me. And so, I'm looking forward to this whole experience. I have my accordion here and baby's asleep, hopefully.
Where are you now, Ksenija? Where are you in the world now?
In Madrid currently. Sorry, I'm just putting up the volume. Yes, we're in Madrid, locked up for already 2 weeks, trying to make most of the quite a terrible situation. We are like now in the epicenter of news, I believe. I get all lovely messages from wonderful friends all over, and so thanks very much. We are doing okay, staying healthy, staying indoors, and that's what I recommend to all.
Very well, absolutely. Do you get to practice from time to time, or the baby is very demanding?
Yes, well, that's the question. My husband is working from home, obviously, and he supports me as much as he can with his time. And Gabriela, that's the name of our daughter, she's sleeping very little during the day, but as soon as she's asleep, or even when she's awake, I play to her and I practice. I try to do as much as I can.
Lovely.
So, yes.
That's lucky Gabriela that she gets to hear you play so often.
Oh, yeah, well, she was in the performances very much from the beginning, so she's used to it.
There you go. Ksenija, you were born in Riga.
Yes.
And at age 6, you started to play the accordion.
Yes, I was 6 years old, but I started playing not in Riga. I started back in Russia, where I used to spend summers with my grandmother, with my grandparents, and it was my grandmother's initiative to introduce me to the instrument that she found in the attic. By chance, she had it from some neighbors who didn't use it. It was all broken instrument, but she said, why don't we just do something over one of those summers when I was 6 years old. So we started playing some folk songs. It was Russian folk songs. And by the end of the summer, my parents arrived and, all excited to see me, how I've grown and everything. And there was my grandma saying, this is what she does, that's it. And my parents weren't exactly impressed with the choice of instrument, I guess, but they went with it, and because they saw that I enjoyed so much. So we just we took up music school next to my secondary school, and it became my second home.
I see. And you said yourself, most of us know the accordion as a folk music instrument, but you play a vast repertoire of classical music on it, from Bach to Piazzolla. Can you tell us, how is it possible? Can you tell us about the history of the instrument, the development of the instrument?
It's quite an unusual instrument in concert halls, or at least people believe so, but now more and more it's popping up everywhere, from London's Wigmore Hall to Berlin Philharmonic to Carnegie Hall. I'm really happy to see also my colleagues doing so well, and pretty much everyone I studied with in London, they have their music career going on accordion, which means that it's possible. So I'm very happy about that. Accordion itself was patented in 1829 in Vienna, in Austria, and it became popular very quickly because it was an instrument that used to be only the left-hand side. The right-hand side was just holding the body of the instrument, and it was an accompaniment for songs. And it grew into this large, can you see me?
Yes, absolutely. We see the accordion.
It's very big. See, it doesn't fit into the screen, but I'll try to show you. Later, of course, you got the right-hand side. God, it looks massive on here. Trust me, it's not that big. it's safe to play it. Basically developed into an instrument which has two manuals, left hand side and the right hand side now are equal since 1960s, when in Italy a manufacturer introduced so-called free bass or baritone bass instead of the papa, instead of this. We have a switch here and it goes into. So now we are able to make up our own chords and play anything from any polyphonic music, So it acts as a second kind of keyboard, let's say. Not only the polkas and marches.
So when you play, let's say, Bach on the accordion or any classical composer, you play your own arrangements? You have to make your own arrangements?
The thing is that right now there's quite a lot of arrangements done by our professors, the people who taught us. Currently, lots of young players make wonderful arrangements. So I see no point sometimes in taking and doing all this work if there's already something so brilliant. But in a lot of the cases, I also like to explore always the original score, just to compare and see. For me, it's very important that the piece doesn't. Yeah.
We were too loud.
Yeah, no, that's fine. As I said, she's used to it. Basically, I very often take the original score just to compare and see that the piece doesn't lose anything, so that it actually gains. And I wouldn't play maybe in the beginning when the whole accordion thing was very popular, maybe in the 1940s, especially after the war. People used to play, I don't know, piano concerti, the whole orchestra part and the solo part. And I think in this case, you lose a lot of detail and there is no point. For yourself, for your own education, I find it very healthy to do that, just to know the pieces, but you wouldn't bring that out on the concert stage.
Yes. So who was your teacher in London? You went to the Royal Academy of Music, yes?
Yes, after Riga, I moved to London when I was 16 years old, and I studied with Owen Murray, a Scottish professor who resides in Denmark, and every fortnight he flew to London to give us classes. And that was very unusual to me because I came from this Russian school where I met my teacher several times a week probably, and not only that, I mean, she probably knew everything about my life. And Owen was very much reserved, and he had a different type of approach with his students and encourage their own voice, which gave me so much freedom in the beginning. I kind of got lost, in all the possibilities there are out there. And in the coming 6 years, 4 of bachelor and 2 of masters, I was trying to find that voice. And I think that, this mix of the two schools was very healthy.
Yes. So he kind of, left you alone, so to say, but then you started initiating your own projects. And I would love to talk about your CD, Carmen, on Deutsche Grammophon, which is very interesting. Can you tell us about the repertoire and how you came up with this idea for your first CD, yes? First big CD.
I did record before, back in my native country, in Latvia, and also in England. I'm very proud of that work, even though I was very young, and maybe now I don't know if I would want to listen to that, but eventually, anyway, it happened. And this was my growth, so now I can see it this way. And Carmen was recorded on the most prestigious label out there, Deutsche Grammophon. Of course, it's a dream of any musician. And for me, I didn't sleep and see it in my dream, like, I want to have this CD. I couldn't imagine. And simply when I started recording with other artists of Deutsche Grammophon and meeting people, I just thought, okay, maybe that is a possibility, and I saw that there are some doors that could be open, and we tried with my then manager, and it worked. I had a huge baggage of ideas what to do and how to record, but I think it was very much collaboration between producer, between Misha Aster, who did that CD, and also later on all the arrangements also with my wonderful friends and team, because it was jazz meets classical meets world music. So it was such a big porridge of all cultures and nationalities on that CD. It's very multiculti.
Yes.
Just like the instrument, actually.
Yes, and that's what's so amazing and interesting about the CD and about you, what you bring to it. I have also another question I really would love to know. Tell us about your project Between Worlds.
Yes, it's actually my favorite chamber music project, and I play in this trio for I don't know how many years. It feels like we've known each other forever. It's a project of my dear friend Avi Avital, and there we are doing a program together with a wonderful Israeli percussionist Itamar Doari, who is such a versatile musician, as well as Avi is, as you know.
Yes.
And both of them are not only my good friends, but also I see them as my mentors. They give me lots of great ideas, and every time I come from tour, I have my head on working, and I like this interaction very much. On the program Between Worlds, we play anything from traditional Israeli to Bach to Villa-Lobos, and we travel literally through every country and try to show how the folk side of our instruments, of the mandolin and accordion, can be brought into a classical concert hall, and how the composers found the language, for example, Bartok or Defaya, how they found the language in folk music and brought it to concert hall. So I think this the suitability of the instruments and the repertoire is just couldn't be more perfect.
And that's the beauty of music, that you don't actually have to physically travel to those countries in order to experience the culture.
Yes, look, we are here. At any moment, I can go and and hold my baby if I have to. I must say, I missed the live audience, and
Of course.
it's very much an interaction when you perform. But even right now, sitting in my living room, I feel the energy. So I really appreciate the people who joined and are watching. This is great.
Absolutely, Ksenia, absolutely. I hear you and I agree with every word you say. We need the public. I want whoever's listening to us, just so you know, we love you, we need you.
We need you.
We miss you. We can't wait to be back on stage. But we are doing the best to to share our love with you. And some people write that they want to see the baby.
Oh. She's probably gonna scream now if I take her. But look, if he's not coming, if there's no emergency, this is great.
That's a good sign. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
My husband is a great help.
I know you prepared. I asked you to prepare a treat for us. I want you to know that I am so excited to hear you now. The accordion is it's an instrument that's very close to my heart, because my mother is a singer, but she is also an accordionist. She started as an accordion player, and I remember as a child her playing all the time. So I am really looking forward. What will you play for us? I'm very curious.
This is so exciting. I just wanted to add that almost every person I meet, somehow they have this connection with accordion. And this is, I love that. I love that, because then they feel something close to their home or something nostalgic. But tonight, I would like to play something that I might even record later on for Instagram. This is my big live debut. I'll move out here. You can see more of my accordion, and it still doesn't end. And it's going to be a piece by a Russian composer, Albin Repnikov. It's called Capriccio, and I will probably play an excerpt, which is until the culmination, because otherwise my night with the baby will be endless.
Go for it.
Something
Wow,
like that.
wow, wow. Bravissima. This is amazing. Ksenia, you couldn't see, but so many people are like completely amazed by you. And
I promise you, I will record this live tomorrow daytime once she's awake and we're partying all together.
the people don't want to let you go, and they want to hear you play Liber Tango.
Libertando.
Please.
Okay, I'll take a little snippet of that. Sure.
We had like 20 requests.
Sorry?
We had like 20 requests for Liber Tango.
Okay, so a little bit of kind of quasi libertango. There we are.
Yeah, really, you are out of this world. Amazing. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to have you
Thank
with
you
us.
so much. It's my pleasure. I wish you all health, happiness, and to enjoy this time as much as you can wherever you are. Stay safe and sound.
Thank you. You too. Really. Take care of yourself, of your baby. Lots of love. See
Thank you so
again.
much.
Check the gate. Bye bye. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.